Whoo boy. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Greetings to you one and all. Ubers, tubers, tuberettes. That's all. And everybody else. Hey, come on in, sit down. I'm smoking cigarettes right here somewhere, if I can find them. And my name's Mike. This is a short talk in the trailer, apparently, because see, the title is Short Talk in the Park, but I guess you have to call it a trailer park, so deal with it. Been a long day, but made it home finally. Had a little one of them darn side call things over, as for a friend, a lady I know from church, and boy, she's something else. She's in her 70s, and she's still managing a little, I guess you call it a preschool thing, or I call it kiddie care. I mean, I don't know. But, it's kind of like kindergarten age, or maybe preschool, I don't know. They've had these blasted Delta faucets, and I'm not going to bend your ear about that again. But anyway, I finally schmoozed her using my dazzling charisma, and incredible charm. Hi. Um, to talk her into going to mowing. Those faucets are just a mess, them Deltas, and they need to go away. Well, we got 2 out of 6 now that are in the rear view. So imagine I'll hear about the others when they want to, ritually crap their guts, which they do over and over again. Shame on you, Delta faucets. But anyway, I was thinking today, and I thought, well, I posted last night, and I did mention that I'm encouraged to hear that the Border Patrol down in Texas is no longer going to go out and try to cut the razor wire down. They're simply going to disobey their official boss. And well, I thought, at least that sounds sane. That sounds like somebody's on board and paying attention. And boy, this so-called administration, oh my gosh, don't get me started. I used to start a lot of 4-letter words with 4-letter words in order to punctuate 4-letter words. And it was usually about people like you-know-who. And, oh my gosh, that fraud, what a horror show he is as a human being. Anyway, never mind that. I was thinking today that I've been watching last night, and I don't believe I mentioned it, so I thought, well, I could talk about what we did at work today. We kind of wrapped up that crazy little job and with the kitty care place. And the solution was remarkably simple at the end. However, you'd never know that to look at the mess. Never mind that. And I was talking about the things that kind of matter, I think, to me at the time. And so I was thinking, about what really matters to me, and I didn't mention it. So that's what I wanted to do today. I wanted to go out and mention it again. Now, if I've only said it 3 times, I'm sorry. I should have said it 100. If I've already said it 100 times, I'm sorry. I should have said it 1,000. This needs to be put before the face of your face, before the face of your friends and your family and your neighborhoods. This is big, and it's ugly. When this WHO treaty comes down in May of this year, that's like less than 4 months away. Let's see, February, March, April, end of May. Yeah, about 120 days, let's call it. Everything changes. Everything changes that you ever knew. Now, it may not look like it on the next morning, but it's inevitable. Whose idea was this? I don't even know really where the WHO is based. I want to say Brussels, but I'm clearly making that up. They might work out of the UN building for all I know. But anyway, the point being is that when this so-called treaty and treaties, that's an ugly word to Americans now, isn't it? When was it that Americans ever kept even one of their treaties, especially with the native peoples here? Even one? And so our treaty making is, shall we say, fragile at best. And what we have is something being foisted upon you and me, just the regular Joe and Josephine, if you will. And I'm sorry that there's only 2 kinds. There's the men, then there's the women, and there's the girls, and then there's the boys. That's all. And they're going to foist off onto you that you have to go in for this binary junk. Because why? It's a health matter, what? You have to, use an electric car. Why? Because it's a health matter. You're poisoning the earth, you see. Pretty soon, it's like everything is going to be extending into your brain and into your wallet through a direct digital connection. along these lines, I watched another vid today, and I thought, well, this will fit in pretty well. Uh, Elon Musk and company, whatever the name of his company is, I guess it's called Neuralink. He has, gosh, I don't know, half a dozen companies or something. I don't know how many. This guy's a billionaire. He's a genius, and he's really kind of a one-time phenomenon. Kind of like a Wunderkind was the German word, I think. I hope I got the pronunciation right. Wonder child, a wonder child, a Wunderkind. And anyway, this guy, man, when he touched something, it all turns to gold. But I got my questions about that guy too. He seems to be working both sides of the street. Anyway, he's got this Neuralink, and they've done the first implant, successful, they said, in a human being. And you know where that's going to go? It's only going to grow. It's only going to grow and grow, grow, grow. If you can imagine the advantages, frankly, we cannot imagine the advantages in terms of data processing, data speed, organization. Say you want to organize an office or a sales campaign or something. You're never going to do it nearly as well without this AI input on the other end of the neural link. Because what they're going to link you into eventually isn't some amorphous interweb. Like right now, if you just think about Google, how many sites are out there? I don't know. And are there other servers that Google don't reach? Yeah, I think so. There's a whole bunch of sites out there. I don't know how many people are putting stuff up on the worldwide interweb. But the web itself, at least, not yet, is not itself awake. It is not yet an entity unto itself that can say, hello, Michael. I see you've been truculent lately in eating your vitamins. Or you haven't had enough bugs today. You want to change your diet there just a little bit. And so the situation is brewing. The situation is real. And so the high spot, yay, of the Border Patrol, kind of saying, hey, we're Americans too, and we understand what Texas is about, and we're not going to try to stop them. I say that's elegant. I say that's righteous. I say those guys deserve a promotion to the top of the ranks. But it's going to work the other way for them. They'll probably get fired or something, or fined or jailed or whatever. Because let's face it, the so-called administration, if nothing else besides incompetent and criminal, it is vindictive. Oof. So there will be heck to pay for those border patrollers who refuse to do their job and do it in writing, I mean. So, but the thing is that even with that, with the 700,000 truckers descending on Texas, South Texas, as we speak, I guess. Wow. To set up a blockade. I mean, try to get through this. And the situation it's technically out of control, but what the Christian needs to know and what the Christian needs to hear in all of this, whether or not there's going to come a Neuralink phase where someone's going to offer you or me, hey, how about we just drill a little hole in your head, shoot some wires in there, and we'll tie into the interweb. You won't need no phone. You won't need a computer. You won't even need a modem. You are the modem. And so we're looking at a brand new world coming, and I tell you right now, it's butt ugly. I mean, this is not an improvement over, growing vegetables in the ground with clean water and good sunshine, growing animals and then butchering and eating them because you know that they've only been eating healthy things as they grew or whatever. Normal human life. Oh, no, they want you out there eating bugs and stuff. And I tell you what, with all these so-called aliens marching across the border willy-nilly, we have no idea. We have simply no idea how many of them are Hezbollah, Hamas, etc. Things are going to get woolly. Things are going to get weird. So I didn't want to leave you yesterday all, hoo-hoo, I'm livened up. The revolution is coming, and we're going to roll these bastards back. I don't think so. I think that's premature. And so I want to hang in there for the long haul. I want to see Jesus come back. That's what I'm all about. If you haven't figured that out by now, well, then figure it out now. That's what drives me. You know why? To see righteousness and justice performed against evil and evil destroyed forever. I want to see that with my own eyes. Well, that's what drives me. Hey, you tell me what drives you. And if it ain't something like the fear of God or the love of God or faith in Jesus or something like that, then you need to think again. Because let's face it, he really is at the center of everything. And whether it's your ambitions or your fears, whether it's your high spots or your low spots, boy, today I was just kind of feeling like, ugh, I'm getting old. Everything hurts. So yesterday, I guess it was, yeah, I thought I was Spider-Man's grandfather, apparently. And we had this crazy, about a 5-foot high fence, and it was like a metal thing, pretty stout. It wasn't chain link. And so we had a 6-foot step ladder. We just leaned it up, and you get on top of the fence and then jump off onto the other side. Well, that's about a 5.5 foot drop. And for an old guy, let me tell you, that's kind of exciting. So I came down on that stupid drop thing, must have been 4 times or 5. I can't remember how many times I actually walked out to the meter. It was just really chaotic, even more than usual. And anyway, when it hit the ground, boom, with my heel, I thank God. I'm so happy I didn't turn that ankle or twist it. Oh, that would have snapped it for sure. You'd be looking at a gimpy old dude today. But I'm kind of gimping around a little bit. That ankle's pretty tender down there. I woke up this morning and it was kind of yelling at me, and I thought, what's wrong with you? I didn't even remember hurting it. By this time last night, I was sensing nothing, that there was anything wrong with that heel or my instep or anything. But this morning I sure do. But today I decided, okay, here's the goal for the day. Healthy Mike. Practice walking without a limp, even if you have to slow down. Don't favor one leg. Walk smoothly. And walk this problem off. That's kind of the way I've treated a lot of my injuries in my knees and my hips in the years past. It's done okay, but who knows how much of that is just luck. So I won't go to a doctor unless I absolutely have to. I don't trust them, that's all. I just don't trust these people. I call them mechanics who refuse to guarantee their work. And they want to keep going on looking in there for new tests to do, you know what I mean? Because they're real expensive and they get a cut of the action. So it'd be like if I came into your house and said, hi, although you didn't summon me here, I knocked on your door, and I'm a professional plumber. And what I'm saying now is that you are obliged to let me do an inspection of your house and to find all the plumbing flaws that I possibly can, and then give you a written estimate. And guess what? It isn't going to be real expensive, right? It's going to be, maybe $80, $120, fix a leaky handle on the toilet, new angle stops, set me a new sprinkler head and back, or whatever. Because people, when you get in to do service work, you're there to do one thing. They want you to do about 6, while you're here. And anyway, the point being, I think there's a point in there somewhere. I get into these loops where I begin to think, oh, by golly, I'm feeling bad. And so the ankle is bugging me today, and I thought, really what I want to do is find a real nice hammock, a great big tall glass of, maybe fresh squeezed orange juice with a straw or something like that, and maybe a little bit of fan to keep the air moving, or something like that, and just rest. And so rest is really important. We all need rest. And if you're pushing yourself hard like I am, always push, shove, see if you can make it happen. Go. Be productive. And that's kind of the way I deal with myself 24/7, except when I can sit down like this and chat with a friend. And so, talking to you helps me too, because for me to slow down, just rest, relax, I never learned how. And for the life of me, most of the time I can't figure out how. So I just keep pushing. And here's what we want to do today. We want to think, don't we, that there's a positive contribution that we could and really should make, given the fact of this just crazy world that's coming down here, with this worldwide governmental authority and people able to dip directly into your cerebrum via the internet and who knows what else, altering genetically humankind. I don't even know how far this thing goes, but it's all disgusting. It's part of the transhuman thing. It's part of the new man coming. And that new man coming is coming straight from hell, and that's where he's going back to. Except this time, hell itself gets thrown in the lake of fire. That's the way the book ends. Hell itself that fireplace gets thrown into the lake of fire. And so he's burning as he burns the burn. And evil won't survive it. It can't. And it knows it. Evil knows it can't survive that. The judgment when it comes. Nor can you, nor can I as a human being. So flee to Christ while you can. You still have some time. Don't dawdle, I tell you. The hour's running late. And you're going to need time to get prepared as a new creature. Yeah, you start Christianity, boom, it's a jump start. You're alive where you used to be dead. But how much do you know, and how wise are you, and how are you able to change your old habits, etc.? It takes time. The Spirit in you, He's so patient over and over and over again for decades now, working on shaping, rearranging you and me. And so as He shapes us into the likeness of what? The King, the true Son. As He shapes us into the likeness of His true Son, we are to be, yes, faithful. In other words, I believe you. Yes, sir. That's what you're going to do. And we're supposed to hope in Him. That, in other words, look around you, there is no hope. And there's certainly not hope in you or in me or in my poor wretched body. No, hope lays outside us. And He's the one who arose. He's the one who kicked the door of the tomb down with His right foot. And said, I'm coming out. Well, I don't know what He said, but I'm sure it was amusing. So you guys have a wonderful evening, I hope. And well, today I stopped and got me 2 quarts. And after about 2 hours, I'm 3/4 of the way through one. So that's kind of like a little more than 2 beers, not too much. And I don't like to get drunk anymore. Why bother? It just hurts your head and hurts your wallet. Plus, it's shameful, too. Anyway, you guys have a good day. Don't get involved in nothing that you don't want to stand up and tell your mother about the next morning. Use her as the standard. Mom knows what she's talking about.